And we are zeroing in on innovation as part of our coverage of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Who's doing it well? How are they doing it? CNN's John Defterios had a chance to speak with Mark Spelman, the head of strategy at Accenture. He asked him specifically about innovation in emerging markets and how they might change the business landscape.
Well, I think it's really interesting that we're getting innovation in many business models, but it's multidimensional. So, in fact, it's two ways. So I can point to particularly retailers and consumer goods companies who I think are bringing innovation to many emerging markets through supply chains, through the way that they're addressing consumer preferences in local markets. But at the same time, you see a lot of innovation taking place in emerging markets. Look at Indonesia, with 50% of the population under 29. Real innovation using social media, and that's going to be leveraged elsewhere.
Is it challenging now because of the social media packages and wireless packages, managing data? How do you harvest the data in the emerging markets because they're leapfrogging with the technology to serve the customer, serve the business?
Well, we're going to see an absolute explosion of data. If you think about the amount of data in 2010, it was 1. By 2020, it's 44. So we're either going to drown in data or we're going to be able to manage it in a way that I think gives better quality decisions. And managing that data, whether that's data about your customers, about what's happening in your supply chain, is going to be absolutely critical, I think, if you're going to be successful at being able to take advantage of a lot of the growth that's going to appear in emerging markets.
Yeah, speaking of the emerging markets, are some of your Western clients almost, in a sense, panicking because they see E2E deals, emerging market to emerging market, and they're being cut out? And you don't have to have one of the global 100 from the West as your partner.
Well, I think the reality is that in 2013, emerging market to emerging market trade overtakes developed market to developed market trade. So the issue is that you have to be in that flow. So if you're Brazil, you're dealing now primarily with China. If you're South Africa, you're also dealing with China. So it means that it's very important that you're not missing out on those sort of trade flows. But I think more important than even that is really understanding where household income and consumption patterns are going in some of those emerging markets, because it's understanding how and where they're spending the money that's really going to count.
It leads us nicely to our board for 2012. I'm putting the premise forward, can the emerging markets decouple? We had this debate in 2008, 2009 in Davos. Are they still shackled primarily to the West, particularly the Eurozone, if you're an economy like Russia, or have they finally broken free? We have the Brazilians saying, we feel quite comfortable. We're trading with China. We don't really need the United States anymore. Where do you sit?
Well, for me, I think I would be...
over.
Yeah, thanks. I would be right of centre, because if you look at the global economy, the US is going to do well. That's going to be good for emerging markets. They have got some problems with inflation. So I think there is going to be a degree of independence. So I would be certainly on the broken free, somewhere in that sort of
part. That's Mr. Premji of Wipro.
That's right, yeah.
You go left of him.
Go left of him with the sort of saying there's definitely the potential to exploit that further through the growth that's going to occur in those emerging markets.
Okay, good. Nice to see you.
Right, thanks very much indeed.